Hey Sagittarius, this is Lee from Ephemeris Cartomancy, and today we're going to do your weekly love cartoscope for the first week of July. So let's see helpful information, guidance and support for Sagittarius love life and emotional body for the first week of July, please. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, some of you might be Scorpio, Sagi, Caspers. We got that energy for Scorpio as well. Okay. So, first and foremost, Sagi, let me tell you that I'm feeling strong Virgo energy. Strong Virgo energy. We've also got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Taurus energy. That's pretty much what I'm feeling. So, interesting. I am hearing separation here. So some of you are in separation, and it does feel to me like a divine connection in separation. So this would be an ex, or it could be a friend, a close soul tribe person with whom you felt you had a particular type of emotional connection, but either you voiced your issues or opinions or thoughts on the matter, or you've had a fallout of sorts. There's a separation here happening. Trying to get closer together is actually resulting in a separation. That's kind of annoying in a way. Feels heavy energy, because you are fighting tooth and nail here. You are trying to connect, you are trying to express, you are trying to exchange ideas, information, desire. There's a strong desire to make this work, to get your message across, to get this person to understand you, to understand what you're coming from, where you're coming from. But they're in hermit mode. They're closed off, they're unresponsive, they are unengaged. Either they are not ready for that kind of a connection with you, or they are not ready for that kind of a connection with anyone, unfortunately. It feels like, it might sound harsh, I don't mean it to sound harsh, but the kind of connection you feel with them goes over their head right now. So they're not ready for that kind of a thing. Maybe they're gonna be ready for it in the future. It's a waiting game. It's a waiting game. I think you know that. I think you understand that. You kind of get the gist of it, even if they're not coming right out and saying it. There is a clear connection for you. There is a clear bond here. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. I'm actually hearing it as well. But it's a matter of right timing. And this is not the right time here. When would the right time be? I wouldn't be able to tell you right now, because they feel to me like being kind of far off the mark. So there's kind of a lot of soul growth that needs to happen here. There's a lot of emotional development. There's a lot of stability that needs to be gained before anything of the nature you are proposing could actually come to pass here. There's a strong possibility that they would never in this lifetime reach that level of development, because you are clearly more developed spiritually, emotionally, way more mature, way more prepared for that kind of a connection. They're not there. They're not there. And even if you understand it, and even if you would be willing to somehow help them along, the sad fact of the matter is you cannot do the growing for someone else, you know? That's just how it is. You cannot help them along even if you want to. Really, 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 really bad. See? Your attempts, even though they might be or could be or seem to be able to be successful at some point, they're not really going to result in anything, because it's not that this person doesn't like you or doesn't feel things for you or doesn't feel attracted to you. That's not the case at all. They're simply not ready for what you have to offer, and they know it, they feel it. In their heart of hearts, they know that they're simply not ready. They're not there. Such things happen at times, unfortunately. See? This growth spurt cannot happen. It's blocked right now. I wouldn't be able to tell you for how long it's gonna stay that way, but this person simply cannot do the growing they need to do. They cannot do the growing up they need to do right now, at the very least. Things that would change would be on their part, so I'm not seeing their energy to that extent. If you're already married to this person, then this is painful, because it means the realization that you cannot have a true connection with this person because they are not emotionally mature enough to have that kind of a connection. For some of you, this may be the person you are going to end up with, okay? So this, for some of you, this is the kind of confirmation you're getting. Yeah. For some, it can be achieved. There's some work to be done there. So ask your higher power for help and guidance for yourself and for this partner as well. Because if you ask for it, and if the events kind of go the way they can go, then they can do the growing up they need to be doing, and you may very well end up together in the end, sooner or later. See? Because there's a strong spiritual basis to this connection. There's a strong emotional basis to it also, even if it's not as maybe obvious as you might like or as manifested as you might like. There is a strong spiritual bond here, and based on that, if you ask your higher power for help and guidance for yourself and for them, you can actually manifest that kind of a connection through them growing up in time. But it's gonna be a question of a waiting game, and during that waiting game, you are going to have to swallow your pride. You are going to have to work on it. You are going to have to be willing to be turned down every now and then, perhaps. It's a long waiting game. Some of you might feel like you don't have a choice here because it's simply the one person you want. Some of you are resentful, unfortunately, because you see so much potential into the connection, and it's so infuriating that this person doesn't see that potential and doesn't want to make the most of it. You need to focus on forgiveness towards yourself and towards this person for not being mature enough, for not being ready, for not being prepared for that level of commitment, for that level of connection. And in time, with patience and with the right circumstances happening, they may very well get there. It could happen. I'm not saying put your life on hold for it. You make the right choices for yourself, right? Ask for guidance and make the right choices for yourself. But don't lose hope on them. Don't lose hope on them entirely. They could get there in the end. Yeah. They can get there. There's some heart chakra upgrading which needs to happen. There's some growing. There's some losing, unfortunately, which needs to happen as well. So this person may be quite younger than you in years as well. You may have experienced loss in a way that they haven't yet, so they don't really understand the importance and the scarcity of true soul connections. It might be a question of time also because of that. But in the end, I am getting the vibe that they are going to reach that level of development. I truly am. See? Spirit is saying, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope on this love. Don't give up hope on this person, because with your patience and divine guidance and time and a lot of healing and working on your shadow and or on their shadow, forgiving yourself, forgiving them, in time things are going to align as they need to, as they should, and in divine timing. Okay, Saggy? So these were your messages for this week. If the reading resonated with you, please do hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. If you feel you vibe with me, for which I'm very happy, please do gently tap the subscribe button with bells and notifications and all of that on. Thank you for choosing to be part of my soul tribe this week. I hope you will choose to do the same thing next week as well. Until then, I'm sending you much, 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 much love and light. And we'll be seeing you soon, okay? Bye.